Hello everyone. Hello, Leos. My dear Leos, this is your horoscope for 2024. So let's begin, and let's begin with the planet of luck, planet of happiness, planet of prosperity, Jupiter. What Jupiter is going to be doing in 2024 for you, as Jupiter is considered our angel in the horoscope. You know, it's like a one of the planets which is so positive, and it acts like our angel that brings up all the miracles for you during whole year. And Jupiter, since last year May, is in your 10th house, and it will continue his journey through your 10th house of career, work, social status, profession. So you're probably still getting some big and huge, and most of all very nice surprises as a professional growth, rising your professional career. Your social status might have been changed or is going to change in 2024 until May 26. Maybe you will get married, or you got married, or during this time you got a baby, because all these things are social status. So you know, from being single you become a mom, or like become a husband, a wife, and so your status changed. Maybe you got a very nice name for yourself, and you got offer in a nice foreign company. So your professional profile had a very big boost. Or you also the 10th house is also those goals that we step by step achieve. You know, so maybe one of the two goals you're gonna be achieving during this period. Or you did already. Jupiter, the planet is itself also all things foreign, all things, all people, all places foreign to you. So that's why I say maybe you got one or two offers from foreign companies, let's say. After May 26th, 26th of May, the Jupiter gonna move into your 11th house. 11th house is the house of harvesting the results, investments return, or baby birth, or popularity. So it's quite a lot of things. Let's begin with the results. So, if 10th house is your career and the goals that you achieve step by step, so when it moves to 11th house, most probably after May, you will see all the good things out of those steps you've done, because Jupiter is a pusher as well, pushing out of your comfort zone so that you go and get that whatever you desire, and it will make the way for you to achieve that the easiest way possible, of course, but you will have to also work on that. And maybe you invested in some kind of let's say crypto or any coins, shares, so you will see the returns of those investments after May. Or 11th house is also a social media, big events, big amount of people. You might be getting some becoming a influencer, or having a power to influence over big amount of people. If you plan, for example, to open a YouTube channel or become a blogger or become an influencer, this is the right time to start, as Jupiter will be helping you to expand your reach, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Whatever it touches, whatever it comes under its influence, it's just going to be more, bigger, and even bigger. Big events as well is under 11th house, so you might have been attending all those big events, shows, getting some invitations to even like VIP events, or some kind of celebrations, or you will be getting still as well in 2024 after 26th of May. Also, 11th house is your social circle, friends, clubs. So maybe you will become a member in some club. Some your people surrounding you will have the same interests, will have the same goals. They will have same values. Let's say. So Jupiter will be attracting these kind of people into your life. So your social circles also will expand. You will be getting acquaintances or meeting more people, even foreign people mostly, because Jupiter as a significator of the foreign people and foreign lands. Maybe you will be expanding your friendship circle with people from different walks of life and culture and language, for example. Also, Jupiter in this term is very good because it will be attracting exactly the people who who can help you to achieve some dreams, who can be helping you all the time, who can be somehow, aiding you in a way that you will achieve the results that you desire. 11th house is also the house of dreams, big dreams, our wishes, our desires. This is the elevated house. In ancient times, this house was one of the favorite houses. It's like all your dreams, all what you desire is in this house. So Jupiter will for sure give one or two of your dreams come true this year, in 2024, after the May, until next June of 2025. So be ready and dream big, dear Leos. And also, maybe your hunger for wish and desires will also raise. Will be a lot of plans probably. So just be ready to act upon your dreams. So Jupiter will be helping you to, to go after them. Okay, next. Okay, let's move to Pluto. The planet of transformation of our self-esteem, transformation of like what they say, like Pluto is making us stronger through deepest transformation, physical, mental, and spiritual. So it's actually grows us a lot, and Pluto also the planet of big money. So and it is coming to your 7th house for 20 years once and for all this year, because since last year it was come and go mode between your 6th house and 7th house. So it was in your 6th house of health and work for 15 years, and last 15 years since 2008, most probably you transformed your health. You reevaluated, reinvented yourself in terms of what is health, what is the meaning of being healthy, what is the meaning of being physically, spiritually, and mentally healthy. And probably you realized some things for yourself. How would you like to live in those realms, in the health wise, or your work environment, what you do day to day, the routine, how you probably, but you Leos do not like so much routine. Most probably Pluto made you realize a few things about everyday life, day-to-day things to do, and you also, become more wise how you view this life, how you would like to spend your day, from morning to, until dawn, to be more productive. And now this planet is coming to your 7th house. Well, Pluto in the 7th house for 20 years, dear Leos, will teach you a lot in terms of relationships, in terms of business partnerships, in terms of your sweethearts, long-term sweethearts, your wives, your husbands. All these relationships are under 7th house. And dear Leos, of course, there will be breakups, there might be marriages as well that will last for as long as 20 years at minimum. So just Pluto will teach you to make wise choices. It will teach you what kind of people you really want in your life. It will make you refine those choices. It will make you think about what kind of qualities that you would like to see in your surrounding people, and the qualities that you wouldn't like to see in your surrounding people as well. So Pluto in the 7th house as well. Same as in the business partnerships. Of course, it's a very good time as well to build business partnerships, to make some like commercial agreements, that because it will last as long as 20 years. Of course, you have to be sure, and it will also teach you all through those years how to deal with the business partnerships, how with whom you would like to work, with whom you wouldn't like to work. All these relationships in your life, which are long-term, and all the surrounding people, you will understand quite a lot. And also 7th house is our enemies, open enemies that we know face to face. So I advise you from next year on, be more kind, open-minded, don't make enemies, as Pluto is the planet of, Pluto likes to stress a little bit on you. It likes to give you some weight on you, that so if you make enemies, those enemies will be very powerful, will be very hard to deal with. So I advise you not to make any enemies if possible. I understand that sometimes we like people, sometimes we don't like, and sometimes people like us, sometimes they don't. So, but anyhow, we are all people, and try to be tolerating and patient. Okay. Also, Pluto is the big money. So maybe you will be getting also attracting a lot of money through your partnerships, or your wife or your husband might have been getting those money, because seventh house rules your husbands and wives, and or also you might have been taking some big loans. But here, be careful, don't take loans under big huge interest rates, because it will be hard to give back. And it's like a magnet, it's Pluto is like a magnet. So all sorts of people could be attracted to you as well, such as like bankers, tax authorities. So all the time, make sure that you're on a clean side, and when you're doing all the business, do not do something which goes against, let's say, law, because you might regret during next 20 years. And also try not to attract also those kind of people, because Pluto rules criminals, cartels, all the, let's say, hidden world. So you might have been also attracting into your circle this kind of people. Stay as much as positive, on the bright side and on the right side. So here is about Pluto. Next, let's talk about Saturn now. Our planet Saturn, which rules restrictions, taking responsibilities, very serious planet, is going to be in your 8th house whole year, planet of discipline. Saturn in the 8th house is again indicator of is advising you that you shouldn't take loans and the big interest rates. Don't risk, because Saturn is the planet of hard work, step by step. So it's in your 8th house of money, in your finances. So better to work hard, go there step by step, as Saturn teaches us. So then you will get the fruitful results that you desire. 8th house also rules some other people's money that comes to you. For example, your wife's, your husband's money, or government's money that is coming to you from like banks and all this stuff. For example, you may get some grants or help from the government, like a scholarship. If you're applying for a scholarship, go for it. You will get it. Also, of course, but you will need you'll have to make some hard work there, as Saturn requires. Or you will be getting the inheritance, maybe from your relatives, or if you're applying to make less tax contributions, it could be successful as well. It's a good time to apply for it, because Saturn is restricting, it's making smaller whatever it touches. So the 8th house rules taxes as well. So your taxes might be getting smaller for whatever reason is there, and if you want to do so, it's a good time to do so. Here might be also a situation, for example, you and your husband are getting divorced, or wife getting divorced, so you're settling the division of the property. So this is how Saturn is also like in your 8th house can be acting. Or also 8th house is also house of crisis, frustration, feelings, traumas. So Saturn here will help to minimize it, and it's actually a good time to work with it, with all your frustrations in life, or it's actually not healthy to keep all that thing inside of you. You have to work through it, and it's a good time to do that. For example, with a psychologist, or to go to the therapy, some kind of therapy, or counseling, and it's in general very, very good time to cleanse yourself a bit, like spiritually, mentally, from all those negative feelings that you have inside. And 8th house is also the house, because Saturn is in the 8th house, it might give also some, let's say, old relatives passing away. It might also happen. Or it's also the 8th house is, it's intimate house, it's private house. So, Saturn rules old people. So that's why I said like it's in the 8th house, and they might be, going away, so, or just moving to another city or country. It doesn't mean necessarily death, or just, going for a long time away from your life, let's say. So 8th house is intimate privacy house. It's a private house, so it will be top priority for you. Your usually you Leos are like stars of the zodiac. You'd like to be seen, to be admired, that people look at you, you enjoy attention. But Saturn in your 8th house will make you actually appreciate your privacy, self-time, alone time, intimate time. So you will probably be building some boundaries. At the same time, you might have been like meeting a lot of people, or people want to meet with you, but you would be more prioritizing your private time. Also could be that way playing out, Saturn in the 8th house. Okay, let's move next. Let's talk about eclipses. Of course, every year we have eclipses, and this year we have 4 eclipses. Eclipses happen, and they are very powerful tool to move our life forward. When we people are very stubborn, but the planets doesn't wait for us, so they push us, which is a great way to elevate our life to the next level, because it's always the better side, So and eclipses happen because of the lunar nodes, north node and the south node. Your north node will be in the 9th house, and south node will be in the 3rd house, 2024. And these houses is the houses of movement, of mind movement and physical movement. So there could be some more travels, going back and forth, or it could be also like, because it's a 3rd house, also buying a car, any sort of transport. You might be buying a car or selling a car, or also the 9th house rules studies, learning. You might have been like entering some university, getting some certificate, or graduating university, learning some new language. Maybe in a foreign country, because 9th house is everything foreign. So you would be traveling to foreign, far lands. Also, it's a movement of new ideas. There will be in your head a lot of ideas, and a lot of ideas would be coming up to you that you want to act upon them. Also, or because of, there would be a lot of ideas and a lot of travels. You might have been changing your religion, or you just, contemplating on the topic of religion, and you getting into studies about religion maybe, or just, scientifically studying maybe about religion as well. Also, 9th and 3rd house rules our relatives and new people, relatives and siblings. There would be a lot of things going on in your siblings' life. Maybe they would be getting married, or they would have having a baby, or you would be having a lot of communications with them, or work with them, or there will be projects with them together, and meeting a lot of people, a lot of communication. 3rd house is the communication house, so there will be a lot of ideas, a lot of talkings, a lot of communication, and your surrounding will be expanding. So let me tell you when those eclipses going to be happening. So first one will be on 25th of March in your 3rd house, lunar eclipse. So again, here, maybe around March, you will be buying a car or selling a car, or these topics about siblings, relatives, some kind of a news around siblings could come up. Maybe they're getting married, or maybe they're moving away, or they're having a baby. Also, communication house. Maybe you are publishing something. Maybe you're going to publish some book, or finish writing some book, or start writing a book maybe, or start a column in some journal. Next one will be on 8th of April in your 9th house, solar eclipse. Here, around April, you might have been thinking about some travel, or you might travel very far to the foreign land, or you might start studying, or you might, go to some places which are like sacred, those Stonehenge or Tibet. Maybe you're planning, or you're going to go during this time, April, those kind of places, because 9th house is also the house which governs those places, that has some sort of like a power, influence. The third one, eclipse will happen on 18th of September in your 8th house, lunar eclipse. That one will conjunct Saturn. So 8th house is your financial house. So, at that time in September, you will be dealing with some kind of financial situation probably. And Saturn is in your 8th house, so it will play a huge role at that time. And it will make some, it bring up some topic about money, about your finances, or finances of your wife or husband, or you might be getting inheritance, and the last one, solar eclipse, will occur on 2nd of October in your 3rd house. And again, here you will be buying or selling a car, or maybe in March you bought a car and in October you sold a car. All these topics again will come up to you, or maybe topics again that concerns your relatives and or maybe neighbors or maybe siblings could come up again. Here, the interesting thing that I'd like to also tell you that North Node, lunar node, will conjunct Chiron, an asteroid, in your 9th house during early spring, like February, March, and April. So this Chiron is an asteroid, and in ancient times, it's considered to be a healer or teacher. We call it wounded healer, so it's like a mythical creature. It's half horse and half human. Here, during this conjunction, during that period in your 9th house, maybe you will travel to this kind of place, which sacred places, or you become a healer yourself or teacher. You will be regarded as someone who can teach and who can preach something, or you can meet someone that way, your mentor or teacher. Or also, because Chiron is a half human and half horse, so it's number 2. It's something 2 which is not, compatible. So maybe you will be, because 9th house is, travels. So you will be maybe traveling back and forth between 2 locations, or can leave between them, start living, or buying a house in those 2 locations, or having a job in those 2 locations, or maybe to studies. You probably want, something else to study also, and you will be having like at the same time 2 different studies which are not at all similar to each other, or 2 social circles, maybe because of this, like because of you live in 2 different countries or schools and universities, you probably will be having 2 different social circles, friends. So watch what is going to happen in February, March, and April during that time. It will be quite interesting. Please leave a comment if something sort of these things will happen. I'd be happy to hear about them. Okay, let's move to our closest planets. Mars, the planet of activities, our movement, our drive. It will be retrograde this year, but just the last month of 2024. So whole year it's in a good active movement, nothing to worry about. But during December, starting from 7th December, it will start to retrograde in your 1st house, in Leo, in your sign. So during December, could be less motivational month, less activity. You would want to maybe wind down a little bit. Maybe you don't want to, you wouldn't want go out a lot, do as much as activities. You would want maybe relaxing and all this stuff. So there could be like drop off drive somehow starting in December, less energy, or you can be finishing up something like the things that you want to finish before 2024 ends, or actually you might go somewhere very, very familiar to you, like your old house or the place where you grew up. These kind of topics can come during December. Next, Mercury, our lovely planet that retrogrades 3 times per year, Mercury. 2024 will start with retrograding Mercury, but first 2 days of January will be Mercury retrograding. But during April, from 1st April to 25th of April, it will retrograde again in your 9th house. During that time, maybe you will be, thinking about travel, or you may be thinking about some kind of study. During that time, you will be getting prepared about that thing, maybe. Also, next retrograde will happen in August, from August 5th to 28th of August in your 2nd house. Here, very important, do not buy expensive purchases. Don't do those things. Don't buy expensive things, because it's in your 2nd house, and 2nd house is the money house that you earn. You might spend a lot of money that time, or, spend a lot of money, and plus you later would regret that purchase. Maybe you don't want it anymore, or you wouldn't like it anymore, or something will be, or maybe it will be broken somehow, or you will lose it. So there could come up some some things that are regrettable. Last retrograde for 2024 will happen from November 26th to 15th of December in your fifth house. Fifth house of love, of creativity, of business. So during that time, maybe your ex-lovers will think about you and would want to again reconnect. During that time would be good to reconnect with your ex-lovers if you have such a desire. And that time would be very good if you want to go back to your ex. Next one is Venus. Lastly, I would like to finish up with Venus because Venus is the planet of love, of money, of beauty, one of our favorite planets. It will not retrograde in 2024, which is a very good news. We all love when Venus is in our sign, because when Venus is in our sign, we feel ourselves confident, we feel ourselves beautiful, we feel ourselves so like lucky or so shining. We want to step out and show all our beauty. We are like a magnet at that time. So when is Venus going to be in your sign, dear Leo? So it's from 12th of July until 6th of August. So it will, of course, will be on your birthday, and you will shine as real Leos, queens and kings. You will be like a magnet on your birthday. You will be like attracting everyone, capturing their attention, and you will love it a lot at that time. You will feel that you are in love with life. It's a very good feeling to welcome your birthday and start your solar year, which is a nice timing gonna be. Also, Venus in our seventh house. In your seventh house, it will be from 8th of December until 4th of January 2025. So during New Year and festive time. Good for marriage, contractual agreements. You might meet someone special, or you might get engaged, or you might get married at that time, and it's a very magical time. New Year's Eve said to be very magical, as your sweetheart might be doing some beautiful surprises, and you will be very in love with your steady sweetheart. Or your business could go very well at that time. A lot of sales if you are in sales during festive time. You could come up with a very creative idea during December. But just one thing, there will be Mercury retrograding. Just do not sign any papers during Mercury retrograde. So it's from until 15th of December, Mercury retrograding. So it's the good timing when from 15th September to 4th of January, there is going to be 2 weeks of window when you can sign contracts. And if it's a very important papers, I advise you to sign that time. So it was your horoscope, and I wish you a very magical, wonderful 2024, dear Leos. And it will be that way, believe me. Bye.